Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. I find discharge after praying. Must I repeat my prayer? So it's unclear whether this is a male questioner or a female questioner. Chances are it's probably a female questioner because discharge is usually a term utilized for female vaginal discharge. So if you pray and you find discharge after your prayer, the question is what are you referring to really? Because there's different types of discharge. So for example, the usual moisture of the woman's private part called rutubatul farj. This is clear, it's white, it's just moisture. It's not actually discharge. It's not something that's leaking from the vagina, so to speak, but rather it's the moisture of the vagina itself, sometimes referred to as vaginal perspiration, but essentially it's the moisture of the private part. This is what is clear. It regularly exits from a woman. It's visible when squatting, and it's this area that is washed when cleaning oneself using the bathroom for istinja. So some scholars say that this is like the perspiration of the vaginal walls, essentially the moisture, and this discharge does not nullify the ritual ablution and is pure, because it's not something that's coming from inside of the private part and then exiting. However, there's another regular, healthy, clear and white discharge, also called rutubatul farj, that actually exits from slightly deeper within the woman's private part. And this area is not considered obligatory to wash during istinja. This is the area where the male private part reaches during physical intimacy. If this discharge exits the woman's private part, then this would be al-kharij min as-sabilain, something coming out of the two private parts, and this would nullify the wudu. So if the person prays, if the lady prays, and after the prayer she sees that this type of discharge, not just moisture from the woman's private part in general, but actual discharge that comes from within, if she sees that on her underwear, and this is immediately after the prayer, then this would be an indication that her wudu was broken, and she would then need to repeat that prayer. It should be a rare occasion. This should not be the usual instance. If it's a usual occurrence, then chances are the discharge that you are seeing is not of this category, but rather just the moisture of the private part itself. So again, it just depends on where it's coming from. And if the question is in relation to specifically the purity of this, is this pure? Is this that you prayed with najasa on your person? Similar rulings would apply in the sense that the moisture from the woman's vagina is considered to be pure and it's considered to be excused. Specifically, Ibn Hajar al-Haytami rahimahullah ta'ala, he says this discharge is also pure, right? That comes from within, but when it exits, it nullifies the ritual purity. It nullifies the wudu. Imam al-Ramli, he considers this impure, right? But he says that it is ma'fuun anhu, it is excused. So considering the view of Imam Ramli, which is a sound and relied upon view in the Shafi'i school, even if she sees the discharge on her clothing, if she knows that it did not come out in the sense that it broke the wudu, but she's just concerned that it's on her clothing, so her clothing was mutanajjis, it was contaminated, then the view of Imam Ramli would allow her to overlook that and not consider it to be a contamination. There is another discharge that exits from deeper within the vagina. This is not reached by the male private part during intimacy. This is considered najasa, it's considered impure when it exits, and it nullifies the ritual ablution as well. And the reference for this would be Tuhfatul Muhtaj, and in the case of Imam Ramli's view, Nihayatul Muhtaj. Barakallahu li wa lakum. I hope that resolves the issue, inshallah ta'ala. And you may find various other discussions about discharge, its purity, the categorization, how to identify it, and so forth on our Seekers Guidance Answer service. So do refer to that bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah.